Vicky Marie, and I'm on the avatar tonight because it's just so hot. And again, I look like I've been through a hedge backwards at the moment, so I decided to go on the avatar. I haven't quite recovered from yesterday from England's the football. If you know me, you know that I like football. Anyone who's an England fan, we're all just recovering. Our blood pressure's just coming back to normal. I'm getting some Valium or something for the next match. Never make it easy, England. It's always like a trauma. Anyway, we're through, so that's the main thing. But yeah, I don't think I've quite recovered from it yet. And also, because I've been looking at this case of Jay Slater all day, and you know, it's really sort of I've covered Jay's case since day one, since he went missing on day one. But it's turning into a sort of Sebastian Rogers-y type thing where all these conspiracy theories and all the things that are on the social media and everything, it's really awful. And now the search is finished and there's just so much going on. So tonight I'm going to go into it in a big way like I have been doing every day. But after that, I am going to step back from it a little bit unless there's any big news. And please remember, keep your comments respectful. I know that my normal regular chatters, they wouldn't dream of being horrible to each other. But you know, I'm sort of not in the mood for twonks today. So please, I hope there's no twonks out there. Just a lot of twonks seem to be involved in this case. So, yes, I think it'll be just sort of one strike and you're out tonight on the chat for anybody who's a bit sort of, you know what I mean. We've had a few trolls while I've been covering this case. We don't normally get trolls, very rarely. So, you know, it's just disagreeable, isn't it? Anyway, so just setting out my stall now to tell you that that's the mood I'm in. Let me just take the banner off. I want to say thank you, though, to all my subscribers, anyone who's subscribed, even the trolls that held to it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you have subscribed. And if you haven't, please consider it. Thank you for liking, maybe sharing the videos. Thank you, everyone. And especially a thank you, as always, to my members. Tomorrow night we've got the first members live of the week. Members lives are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you to all of you that are members and those of you that have upgraded to the new membership level. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you to anyone who's bought me a Ko-fi, sent me a super chat or an email, or I've had a lot of emails lately, obviously, over this case. I always try and answer the emails. I don't always get to the answers straight away, but I always try to answer at some point. So thank you for that. And, you know, every nice comment anyone's made, any interaction, even trolling that people have done on my channel. Thank you so much. So let's get rid of that banner now. Oh, the dog's coming up to say hello. So let's put a bigger picture of Jay up for a moment while we just remember who it is we're talking about. You know, it's just got this awful sort of feeling about Jay now. You know, you don't, or I don't get the feeling that he's still with us on this earth. And it's looking sort of more and more worrying. Will he ever be found? So what we're going to look at tonight is we're going to look at some of the latest developments. We're also going to have a look at some other unsolved missing persons cases on Tenerife. Other people, other families that have never found out what happened to their loved one. You know, which has got to be the worst thing of all, hasn't it? I mean, it's horrible to find out that your loved one is deceased, of course. But imagine just going on year in, year out, you know, your whole life never knowing what had happened to your son or daughter or significant other or your loved one, just not knowing for sure what had happened to them must be just absolutely awful. So my heart really goes out to Jay's family and friends. So we're going to recap over some things. Now, I know there's lots of conspiracy theories. I just want to say to people, everyone's entitled to put their hypothesis on here, but I don't believe in the conspiracy theories yet. There's nothing yet that I've seen that proves that anything strange happened to Jay, you know, more than him just getting lost on the mountain, except for the fact he hasn't been found, of course. But you know, feel free to have your opinions, but don't you know, expect other people to agree with you. We have to respect our opinions, our theories, as long as people aren't nasty or offensive. They won't be removed for any opinion that they have on here, whether it agrees with me or not. So I think I'll say hello now to those of you who are here. There's a lot of you here. Oh, I just wonder about Shelley, and it's your birthday. I was getting round to wishing you, isn't it your birthday today? I know it's Canada Day. It came up on my Twitter, but I believe Shelley, isn't it your birthday? So happy birthday to Shelley. I'm sure you said yesterday it was your birthday, but oh, thank you for that. Right, I'm going right back up to the top to say hello to everybody. And thank you all for being here with me. I've got a cup of tea, but do you know what? It's funny. There's something about tea, I think, because I could, maybe it's just the England result last night or whatever, but I was watching some of the things that I'm going to show you tonight, and I was getting a bit giggly and like silly because some things are just, you know, it's my sense of humour. So I may laugh at some of the things that I'm going to show you, and I don't mean to be irreverent. Nothing horrible about Jay or anything or his family. Just a cut, you'll see when it comes to it. Just a couple of things that just tickled the dark side of my humour. Maria, hello, Maria. I hope maybe you'll be here again later. So Maria was on earlier. Yeah, I'm not sure how long the police have to search for. I remember with the Michael Mosley case that the Greek police were saying they only searched for 4 days. And then I think they assumed that after 4 days on that Greek island, which was much more barren than where Jay's gone missing, perhaps they just assume that they're deceased, then they just stop looking. I don't know. It's not something that I'd ever really thought about before. You just assume they would keep looking. But how often can you just keep looking round and round in circles without finding anyone? And one of the cases we're going to look at of someone who went missing in Tenerife. It's interesting to see. It's amazing where sometimes people are found. You know, you always think they'll be found easily, but it's, you know, they're not always. Honest to God, you could not make this stuff up. What happens in real life, you could not make up in fiction. So, hi Maria, hi Katrine, hi Laurie, hi David. Ah, hi Karen, you've been to Greece. God, I hope you didn't go walking in the middle of the, well, obviously you're back safely, so you obviously didn't go walking in the middle of the afternoon. Shelley, I've said hello to. Laurie, hi Laurie. Hi ACW. Got to be very careful I don't miss it. Sometimes when there's a lot of people on like this, I do miss people, and I think people think then, you know, I've fell out with them or something, but I haven't. It's just difficult to keep track sometimes. Hi Heather, hi Rustic, hi Jewel, hi Ruth. Yes, I've got, I think, let me think, have I got, yes, I did get your email. You sent me a video, didn't you? Sent me a video. I'll try and watch it if I get a chance, but I've just been watching so many other things. But thank you. Hi Tracy. Hi Blucci. Hi Jackie with a CQ. Hi Charlie. Hi Ernzy. Sorry, MZ. Is it cold there? Oh my God, it'd be so nice to be cold. I just can't get my head around it being cold at the moment. It's just so hot. No, you won't. You'll never hear the end. Wait till we win the whole championship, Chumba. Go Scotland only have to score a goal and we never hear it. Oh, dear me. Well, I'll tell you what, it was in this that we were practically turning the telly off, but thank goodness we didn't. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Rio. Right. Oh, you're all saying hello to each other now, so I'm going dizzy as always, going down. Rio, Rio, Rio. Oh, you've given the dog a bath. Our German Shepherd got a shower today. Hi, Matthew. Oh, it's Canada's birthday, not yours. Okay, sorry, Shelley. I don't know why. I had a feeling you'd said it was your birthday. Maybe that's somebody else. If I've probably missed somebody else's birthday. Oh, you're next month, Shelley. We'll wish you happy birthday then. Yeah, well, there's a playlist. The thing, Karen, so yeah, I know he has been slated due to his past history of crime. Oh, if you've been following it, that's okay. I was going to say to you, there's a playlist. Hi, Alien. Hi, Craig. Hope you're all going to be nice tonight. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Yvonne. It's Yvonne. Oh, I think I've got down to spot. Hi, Pauline. So, good. I've said hello to everyone who's in the chat at the moment. Also, hi to anyone who's at home. I can see there's quite a lot of people at home. Thanks for watching. So, where I thought I'd start. So, gosh, you never know where to start with these sort of cases. This is what I mean. It's turning into a bit of a circus, and that's very sad, I think, for Jay and for his family. When it all, the longer things go on without answers, and because the Spanish police are not giving anything away, that's when all the conspiracy theories come out, isn't it? That's when it just, it just gets worse and worse. And I find it a bit depressing, actually. I was just saying to my son earlier, no wonder young people have got all this mental illness these days. I mean, I know we did have it in my generation, but you were never allowed to talk about it. It was just like, get on with it. And I'm not saying that's right. But what I'm saying is not about it's all this stuff on the internet. You get on the internet and the things that you can see, and it just boggles your mind, doesn't it? God, you literally should be given courses on how to deal with the internet. I mean, he's probably he's grown up with the internet, and that's so he knows how to deal with the challenges of it more than I do, because it's sort of new to me, if you like. But it's just sometimes it does blow your mind a little bit, doesn't it, the whole thing? So it's that's how I felt today, because I've been doing a lot of research today, and just every article you look at, every video you watch confuses everything a little bit more, doesn't it? You can't see through the wood to the trees, if you like, to see what is the truth behind everything. It starts with the timeline. You can't make sense of the timeline because the times are different on different things. Anyway, I wanted to start off because actually I wanted to show this yesterday, and then I probably got sidetracked and ended up not. I wanted to show There's a lot of talk about Lucy, isn't there? You know, and people are saying she's a drug mule and she's this, that, and the other. You know, I don't know if she is or she isn't. But again, you know, she's not been prosecuted. You know, people keep saying, "Oh, she's being questioned by the police." Well, I don't know that she's being questioned by the police. Maybe she is. You know, this is the things that I don't like about this case. But I wanted to look at her interview again because there was was interviewed, wasn't she, on ITV? There was one thing that I thought was a bit strange, which was that she didn't have her face to the camera. Because when we saw Brad being interviewed, Jay's friend, he was interviewed by Isla, I can never say her surname, Isla T, let's say. And he had his face to the camera. He seemed very open and just like a normal young lad to me, to be honest. But Lucy, it was harder to tell because she did not have her face to the camera. Now, I'm not saying that I blame her really, because she's probably doesn't want, you know, she's out there in Tenerife. She doesn't want people coming up to her and recognising her, maybe. I don't know, because she's had a lot of hate. And I think this is what we have to remember when you get a lot of hate. You know, you're not going to want to go out there and show your face. You know, we saw that in Sebastian Rogers. Everyone criticising Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot. But, you know, would you want to go out when everyone's like threatening to kill you and accusing you of killing your son and this, that, and the other? Of course you wouldn't want to go out and show your face. So let's see what Lucy has to say. David, did I not say hello to you? David saying, Vicky, I'm not sure. Are you okay? Let's have a look what Lucy had to say in her interview with ITV.
Here today. First of all, how are you feeling about the way things are? You know, it's 72 hours since you spoke to Jay.
Well, it's actually even been longer than 72 hours now. It was 72 hours at 8:30 this morning. And obviously that's a long time to be going without food, without water. And I just think with the amount of time that's gone by, I feel like a little bit more could have been done on the authorities' part over here. But yeah.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a go at the authorities, didn't she? Said they weren't doing enough. But then Jay's parents apparently said they couldn't do, the Spanish authorities were doing everything they could. So where's the truth? Again, another thing you just don't know. Everything's so conflicting.
Yeah, it's been awful. Honestly, I've never been so worried in my life. Like, it's just the unknown as well. Like, you literally just, you don't know what's happened. You don't know where he's gone. Like, his last drop pin wasn't even on a road. Like, there's a reason he's gone off road, I think. Like, why has he not carried on the path? He's not a stupid boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would have stayed on the road. Like, it was at 8 a.m. as well. So, well, just after 8 a.m. So that's like the perfect time. It's not cold at night. It's not midday heat. So there's hikers, there's tourists, there's photographers, like there's like people around. He's not stupid. He would know to stay on the road, and then he'd walk past someone and say, look, sorry, I'm lost. Like, I understand there's like the language barrier with some people, but someone would have been able to speak English. He would have been able to communicate efficiently to let them know that he had no phone, he had no water, and he was stuck up here. Like, why has he gone off the road? Like, there's unanswered questions, and I feel like they're not. I feel like they are doing some things, but I feel like they could try better to find out what's going on.
Let's watch it one more time.
First of all, how are you feeling about the way things are? You know, it's 72 hours since you spoke to Jay.
Well, it's actually even been longer than 72 hours now. It was 72 hours at 8:30 this morning. And obviously that's a long time to be going without food, without water. And I just think with the amount of time that's gone by, I feel like a little bit more could have been done on the authorities' part over here. But yeah, it's been awful. Honestly, I've never been so worried in my life. Like, it's just the unknown as well. Like, you literally just, you don't know what's happened. You don't know where he's gone. Like, his last drop pin wasn't even on a road. Like, there's a reason he's gone off road, I think. Like, why has he not carried on the path? He's not a stupid boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would have stayed on the road. Like it was at 8 a.m. as well, so just after 8 a.m. So that's like the perfect time. It's not cold at night. It's not midday heat, so there's hikers, there's tourists, there's photographers. Like,
see, none of that was true actually, because it is cold at night up on the mountain. It's freezing, and it's like desert, isn't it? It's like cold at night and hot in the day. But yeah, why did he go off the road? I mean, you know what I think? I think he probably was just aiming to get down to the beach as quick as possible. Or did someone pick him up on the road? Did he hitchhike and he's come to foul play? The wrong person picked him up. Wouldn't be the first time something like that's happened to anyone. You know, so there's this is the mystery, isn't it? Why did he come off the road? And 2, where is he?
There's like people around. He's not stupid. He would know to stay on the road, and then he'd walk past someone and say, look, sorry, I'm lost. Like, I understand there's like the language barrier with some people, but someone would have been able to speak English. He would have been able to communicate efficiently to let them know that he had no phone, he had no water, and he was stuck up here. Like, why has he gone off the road? Like, there's unanswered questions, and I feel like they're not. I feel like they are doing some things, but I feel like they could try better to find out what's going on.
You've come back
So
here today.
since then, of course, Lucy has experienced a lot of hate, hasn't she? So she's sort of disappeared off the grid, if you like. You know, she has, as far as I know, she has not been interviewed since, and I can't say I blame her really. So I just wanted to show that interview just to refresh our minds about the interview. Then I want to look at the GoFundMe, because we like to keep an eye on the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is always mentioned every time. You know, it's just, you know, scrap these GoFundMes, I think. But anyway. So it's gone up again. So we've got £47,040. Oh, and I noticed this. I looked up. This is a bar in Accrington. I would presume that what they did was have a fundraiser, because they've donated £1,000. So people are still donating. So there's, you know, I think for every one person who thinks there's some sort of conspiracy involved, there's probably, you know, 1,000 who don't and think, you know, this family are suffering and need their help. And the comments are very nice, that people are leaving for them with their donations. You know, nice comments, etc. So a lot of people do believe that it's all genuine, and there's a lot of money in there now. Now, I think that's the good time then to go to, of course, Mark Williams Thomas is suggesting, let me see if I can find that. He's now suggesting, oh, let's find his, we go on to Mark Williams Thomas Instagram. Let me just find him. Yeah, he's now suggesting that this GoFundMe should be used to get professional search, you know, get private search parties in to look for Jay. Let's have a look where he says it. Right, well, he's made 2 recent comments. I'll read this one first, which is not the one. Update. So much fake content has been created in the Jay Slater case. Mocked up chat, messages and pictures. It's a very different world we live in today with social media and online detectives. So it just makes me laugh. He doesn't include himself in that. Overwhelming response from people has been very positive. People just wanting to help, even though most have no direct info, just what they have read, seen or think. But also a number of people making vile threats and ransom demands. They've all been checked out and have no credibility. Being a family and friends at the centre of a massive story like this, which has attracted worldwide media public attention, brings with it many more new challenges. Well, that's why he's all in the centre of it, is because it is a massive story. He wouldn't be in the centre of it if it wasn't a massive story, of course. But yeah, I think probably the overwhelming response from people is they do care. Whatever Jay's past is, or whatever, I think most people, most decent people, just see a young lad's gone missing, let's hope he's okay. Then we'll see, maybe he is a twonk, I don't know, but at the end of the day he's missing and probably dead, most likely dead. So it's, for me, it's difficult to be horrible about him. I wouldn't be horrible about him or his family. And this was the post before that he made. Although the police search in the mountains and around Masca has concluded, because this is the puzzle that a lot of people are thinking, why has the search concluded? Do the police think he's not there, or just do they think that they can't find him? I mean, what do the police think? I wish the police would say something and give people an idea, because if the police would give out some official information, people would not speculate so much, would they? Well, maybe they would anyway. In regard to our investigation, we have been able to speak to important witnesses, and we now have a very detailed picture of Jay's movements over 16th and 17th, along with important background information. But we already had all that, Mark. It's just Mark pretending that he knows something nobody else does. We still have a number of outstanding actions, but have given the family a preliminary breakdown of findings. And look, this is where he says it. In light of the police search ending, I have suggested the family should use the GoFundMe money to continue the search using experts in searching. Now, who does he mean by that? So which experts is he talking about? Is he talking about Spanish experts? Or I'd never be surprised if Peter Falding just came over in his helicopter. I mean, you can't do that. It's a long way. It's a long way. It's even in an airplane, it's about 4.5 hours, I think, to Tenerife. It's not as close as Spain, mainland Spain. I mean, it's still Spain, but it's Canary Islands, isn't it? So, yeah, who does he mean, I wonder? Use the GoFundMe money to continue the search using experts in searching. I would appeal again, if you have any direct information, having spoken to Jay or anyone that was with him and have not yet been in contact, please do so. So, of course, the other problem that they're up against at the moment now is a lot of the people that were there at the same time that Jay was there will have gone home, because a lot of people will have been on holiday, won't they? So they'll be back home in Britain or wherever they're from. There's probably not that many people that were there when Jay was there that are still there. So, it's a difficult one. It's very difficult. I mean, right, where are we going now? Because as I say, so many things I want to show, and just try and do it in some sort of order. Oh, and then another ex-British police officer. So these ex-British police officers, they do like to stir things up, don't they? So this was another article, or this was announced on LBC. Somebody causing speculation. An ex-British police officer causing speculation because this guy has said today, Jay Slater might not be missing, and the police need to keep investigating after the search is called off. Well, you can bet the police will still be investigating. I can't imagine that they're just going to say, all right, sod Jay, now we're not going to investigate, we're not going to do anything. So this police officer, for once it wasn't Mark Williams, it was Graham Wetton, who, to be honest, before this I hadn't heard of. Jay Slater may not be missing, and the police need to keep up the investigation into his disappearance, an ex-British police officer has said. It's been exactly 2 weeks, hasn't it, today, really, since he was last seen. And the search for Jay Slater was called off on Sunday after the Guardia Civil called for volunteers to join a massive search, which didn't turn out to be a massive search, but it was a search, I suppose, in the Masca area of the island on Saturday. But now an ex-Met officer, Graham Wetton, who served in the force for 30 years, has said that things just don't add up. That's not really helpful, is it, for an ex-policeman to say that? Because when he was in the police, he probably would have gone mad if people were trying to speculate. And now he's speculating. It's crackers, isn't it? You don't expect them, they moan about social media, and then you've got an ex-Met officer speculating. So Mr. Wetton, who has extensive experience working on missing persons cases, has urged the Spanish police to accept an offer of assistance from their British counterparts after examining the evidence himself. So the British police will sort it out. He told the Mail Online, it seems to me on the face of it that they're just focusing on the mountain, but I would hope they're looking at other avenues, and those include criminality. Well, I'm sorry, but I think you can bet 100% that they are looking at a lot of different avenues. Now, obviously, they're looking on the mountain because of the supposed calls, etc. That went on between Lucy and Jay, and also Brad and Jay. Now, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but I'm sure there was another Instagram of Isla's, which seems to have disappeared, but maybe anybody else can tell me if they saw that. And she was saying that she had seen all the text messages. And the only one she couldn't see was the Snapchat one, because that doesn't register as a message. But I can't find that now. I saw her saying that, and now I can't find it. So I'm wondering if it's disappeared. But anyway, this is the problem. Things come on and then disappear. And she may have been told to take that off because maybe she was giving away too much information. So he said, I've been following this case closely and discussing it with colleagues, and it's certainly a very bizarre one. Lots of things just don't add up. Maybe, but do you know what? Sometimes it's the simplest explanation is the right one, that Jay did go missing there. Sometimes that, but anyway. So he says he would have put up a roadblock to stop people and ask if they had seen anything. But does he even know whether they did put up a roadblock or not? We don't know, do we? Did they put up a roadblock? As well as challenge the witnesses, even though this would be difficult, as it calls their honesty into question. Well, Mark Williams Thomas has said that they weren't all honest. He's literally said that people hadn't been honest. Jay attended the Energy musical. Well, we know about him at all that. And all this mystery about the two men, the Spanish police have said these two men have nothing to do with it. So they have been interviewed. Says they were initially declared key witnesses, but later dismissed as not relevant. So it comes after Jay's parents said they were heartbroken and devastated after the Spanish police announced their decision to call off the search for the teenager on Sunday. But despite this, family friend Rachel Hargreaves has said that Mr. Slater's loved ones have no intention of leaving the island. I just think this is really because, they can't leave, can they? You couldn't leave. You couldn't leave the island. I couldn't. It's too. But then there were, you know, if this is why I just hope and pray that Jay is found, because if it comes to a time, when do you decide to leave the island? You know, when does it come to that point? Anyway, Miss Hargreaves, the mother of Mr. Slater's best friend, Brad Hargreaves, said we're just carrying on searching ourselves. And she said they were continuing to cooperate with TikTok mountaineer Paul Arnott, who has helped with the search in the last week. Well, we're going to have a look at his latest videos. He's got as far as the Spanish news now as well. I'm going to read you an article that was in a Spanish newspaper, you know, about him criticising the police, etc. So, I mean, I just couldn't make this shit up, really. She said, we're looking for whoever we can find with mountain rescue experience, and we'll carry on searching the area. On Friday, the Guardia Civil appealed for volunteer associations such as firefighters and individual volunteers who were experts to assist in a búsqueda masiva, or a massive search, take place on Saturday. They have searched. They've had the dogs from Madrid, and you know why, and they maintain, the Guardia Civil are still saying everything's on the table. All hypotheses remain open, but they're calling off the search. It does seem strange. I mean, I don't know if that means they're calling it off forever, or if they're just calling it off for now. You know, this is a bit like in Australia with Samantha Murphy, isn't it? You know, they've done targeted searches. Maybe the Guardia Civil will do other searches, but maybe just not every day, you know. I just don't know. It's very sad for the family. I think, gosh, imagine how you'd feel when the police tell you that they're going to stop looking for your loved one. It must be awful. Okay, where are we going now? Right, so, gosh, I just don't know where to go next. Right, I think I've read that, so I'll put some windows down. Let's have a look what Paul's been up to. Paul Arnott. So Paul is the British mountaineering expert, or so he says, and I don't know if he is or he isn't. Let's have a look at what he's got to say. So we've been following his Facebook, haven't we, for a few days now. He's not been there right from the beginning, has he? He's been there, I think, about 8 days, something like that. Anyway, I think he's getting tired because he's getting a bit ratty in a lot of his videos. Anyway, let me see. Oh, that's a new one I haven't seen. So I'm going to go back to the ones, because I've been showing them for a while, but I'm going to go back to the ones we have from today, from this morning. God, he's made a lot. Where do I start from? Yeah, you got a bit the ump this morning talking about the GoFundMe. Is that yesterday? Oh, that was when he was on the bus. He went off on a bus yesterday, on Sunday, and he videoed that. He was on a bus on his own. He went off to find a new phone or something. And now let's see. This is the first one that we haven't seen, I think.
Soon, but this day was coming, guys. Now, a lot of people have turned to me and they're asking me, what are you going to do now down there after the search? Good morning, everybody. Yesterday, the police announced that they are ending the search. Now, to be honest, we knew this was going to come. We hoped that it wasn't going to happen so soon. But this day was coming, guys. Now, a lot of people have turned to me and they're asking me, what are you going to do now down the rapids? The search is officially over. Are you staying in Tenerife? Are you going to keep looking? How long are you going to look for? What are you going to do? And yesterday, guys, I took a day.
He does a lot of editing on his videos. I only really noticed it today. They're very heavily edited.
Out. I wasn't active on social media. I got a lot of things sorted that I needed to get sorted. I sorted out a lot of things that haven't been sorted from the UK as well. But what I have done, guys, is I've said from day one, I'm going to stay here until we find Jay. And
I know, that's very heavily edited, isn't it? He's hardly getting into his stride and it's edited.
I mean that, guys. I'm going to do my best. I really am. So what I've done is I've spoken to my guy who's renting me the room. And he's supposed to be going on holiday in a few days, guys. He's supposed to be leave accommodation and he's let me pay for an extra 2 weeks. And he said he's going to go on holiday after that, which is awfully kind of him. It's really, really kind of him. And then after that, I'm going to reevaluate things. I'd have to find somewhere new to stay. But we'll come to that in 2 weeks. So that's my plan for right now. Moving forwards.
See how edited that is? I mean, really a lot.
A lot of new things have come out due to interviews, etc. And there's quite a few things I'm going to chase up today as well. So yeah, just an update, guys.
Just an update, guys. So let's have a look at his next one.
Quite honest, the place is empty. Not really a massive shock. This is what I've been seeing anyway. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Police starting quite late in the day.
He always says, I'm not going to talk about it too much, and then he talks about it a lot.
When they do, it's just vans parked up and down here. 4 or 5 guys actually out doing the searching work. The rest of the gang just blocking off paths and making sure news reporters don't drive down too far. There's a guy obviously camped up here. Now my plan today, I've been searching over the back, guys. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. There's 2 bits of information that I'm going off. One is a 3 words GPS, and the other one apart from that is going to be a pair of sunglasses that were found by a man called Chris, who I'll be...
Yeah, so this pair of sunglasses has been found. There was a photo of that. I'm going to show you some videos from this Chris. It's actually I thought his videos were quite interesting because he drives up the road and that and shows some things. But surely if a pair of sunglasses were found and they thought they might be Jay's, shouldn't they ring the police? They should just ring the police immediately if they find a pair of sunglasses, shouldn't they?
Be meeting up with later today. Also, fingers crossed, a very special lady will be flying out today as well. However, she is here for other reasons. She's here working, so
he's, he's got this sort of crush on Isla. He thinks she's fantastic, and it sounds like he's saying she's going back today.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, but check it out, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Here we go. Back over to this area, guys. It's day 10 of searching for missing Jay, guys.
Okay, so that was the next one. He's done quite a lot. So after yesterday of not doing any videos, he's done a lot today.
Everybody is trying to pressure the family into supporting me out here, paying for my accommodation, paying for my food, my drinks, new phone, absolutely. So I'm going to make this one video, guys, and I never want to hear the word GoFundMe again in my life, okay? Everybody is trying.
Yeah, so he has a right go about the GoFundMe now, about what people are saying, that the family should do this with it, pay him and things. No, but anyway, just listen to this, what he says. He does like a bit of a whinge, doesn't he? He does whinge quite a lot.
Trying to pressure the family into supporting me out here, paying for my accommodation, paying for my food, my drinks, new phone, absolutely everything, guys. And this isn't going to happen at all. The family have tried, I assure you, the family try every single day to pay for every single thing that comes out of my pocket, I assure you. They've tried getting me the new phone. They've tried paying for my accommodation. They have brought me new clothes, food, multiple times, guys. They're constantly, multiple times, every single day asking if I need anything. Now, I'm not here to talk about the family. You know, it's quite a personal, private situation, to be honest, guys, which is why I'm not sitting here saying all this stuff about the family. But this needs to be said. It's no one's actual business. To be honest, it really isn't anyone's business, and I'm getting quite offended now. I'll be honest, guys. Everyone who keeps writing, you need to support Down the Rapids, you need to pay for this. No, I'm like, it's upset.
No, he's getting really offended now about all this, and it's upsetting him. But yeah,
me a bit now, guys. You're putting so much pressure on the family. I find it embarrassing. I don't want the help. I wouldn't have come out here if I needed the help, guys. I'm 29 years old, so please stop doing it. It's making me feel like complete shit. It's making the family feel like complete shit. Half the people saying this, you're not out here, you're not looking. Stop worrying.
I don't, you know, he started. Sometimes I do. You know, honestly, with the best will in the world, I think he's maybe doing too much, because he started off. I mean, I've never watched him before, so if anyone's watched him before, because of course he's had his TikTok thing for ages, is he normally this sort of, does he normally get this angry about everything? You know, he feels very like he's got a lot of anger in him, but I don't know if that's because he's tired and hungry most of the time, or, you know, is that his normal demeanour?
Worrying about what the family are doing. They don't even have access to it right now. Okay, just stop worrying about it. It's nothing to do with you. If you genuinely cared in any way, you'd be out here searching. Stop trying to give the family financial advice on a situation you have no idea about. Just stop it. Just pin it out there, guys. Moan of the day done. Positivity for the rest of the day. Big love.
Right, but yeah, positivity for the rest of the day, but no, that doesn't really happen. Yeah, it did. It did suddenly strike, and I don't want to think, because do you know what? I think his videos have been great to show us the terrain that they're dealing with, etc. Brilliant. But yeah, a lot of the time he's just walking along the road moaning about something. You know, I don't think he can get into those crevices and things where Jay probably is down a crevice. Personally, that's what I think. He's probably fallen down something. It'd be really hard to get. I don't know how, even the dogs can't get down there. So I don't know how he thinks he's going to get down there. Having said that, if he does find him, that'd be brilliant. Look, stop this. That's not very nice to his viewers and that, is he? I mean, if he's annoyed with someone, he should, you know, he should just block them or whatever, not, you know, don't need to come on and moan at all his viewers.
Keywords, the GPS signal. Now, from what we do know from Mountain Rescue, we know that that GPS signal was sent pretty fast. There's a few other things that I'm working out right now, which I'm not going to talk to you. So, guys,
you know, I've enjoyed his videos in the sense that I thought they've been useful to show. You know, we wouldn't have an idea, a proper idea, except there are those virtual walks that I showed, and that. You know, there is footage available of that area, but you know, his videos have been useful. But it just over the last sort of few days, it just seems to have got a bit moany.
This is the location basically of Jay's last 3 words, the GPS signal. Now, from what we do know from Mountain Rescue, we know that that GPS signal was sent pretty fast. There's a few other things that I'm working out right now, which I'm not going to talk too much about on social media, but there's a few other things I'm working out. I'm building a timeline, and with this information here, and it can give us a pretty good idea of where Jay is with this new information. Now, we're going to do our best. I've been down this path a million times, guys, a million times. However, I think this is going to be a really good point to base myself from. I'm just working on getting these other bits of information, building a timeline, and it's going to help massively. But just to show you guys, this is the new section, okay? Obviously, I was on the other side the other day. I've been all up these ridges. I've been down this path. I've been all down these ravines. I've come up on both sides of these mountains, which is treacherous, guys.
You know, just sometimes as well, I do think maybe moves through these places too quick. I mean, it's hard to say, isn't it? But because, you know, he's just walking along. What you could be walking past Jay any minute. You know, you don't know. Jay's not going to be anywhere obvious. He would have been found already. You know, if he was just literally lay there where anyone could see him, he would have been found. He's not. He's fallen. If Jay's there, he's fallen down a crevice, or, you know, he's obviously in a place that's difficult to find. So really, could do with a big stick or something as well to be beating the, you know, beating the undergrowth out of the way. And I was sort of said it jokingly the other day, but really a lot of these they use machetes and things like that, because when if Jay's fallen, he's fallen down into a ravine or into a fissure, or be it under a carpet of this grass or whatever. You're not going to find him just walking past. You know, you need to be searching it out. And, you know, I'm not, I don't know how to do it. I'm not an expert in mountain rescue, but I don't think, I think there's a way of beating your way through these sort of places. But even the police haven't found him, the mountain police, so who knows?
Absolutely treacherous. It's insane. It really is. So I've done a lot of stuff over the back here, further out. However, guys, this is the road that the police have been blocking off a lot. They weren't letting people come down. When I say about police like standing around and not necessarily doing much, they've been like on these roads parked up. And the actual guys who are searching, the 2 guys from Mountain Rescue, the police officer who's leading the whole thing. I can't say anything bad about this man. He's a really genuine, compassionate person. He's quite a young man, quite sporty. And, you know, he's actually been up in the mountains with Mountain Rescue. This guy was very kind to me, and he was never, ever rude to me in any way. But however, we're going to continue with this bit. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just getting down to the exact pinpoint of the 3 words that people have been talking about on social media. And again, guys, it's being covered. However, I've been going a lot further down, not necessarily here. The police have been doing these sorts of bits with the dogs. And I've just been going off. Police actually point me in the direction, and that's where I've been going. And one day I actually got so far down, when I came back up, they'd all driven off and left me in the blooming mountains, which was pretty crazy.
I think, you know, reading between the lines, I think he's had some issues with the police. And it would be the language barrier, no other reason than that. In one of these videos, he says, like, another video he did, he's trying to use Google Translate on his phone to translate. Just doesn't work, you know. So I think he's probably had an issue with the police.
But it is what it is. Anyway, just an update, guys. This is the area for today. This is it.
Do you see what he sounds a little bit despondent, doesn't he? You know, it's a shame, because I'm sure he's out there doing all sorts of things, and he's probably knackered, but he does sound a bit down. He could do with someone to search with. You know, has he not got any other mates who are like him that can help him, instead of him going and doing all of it on his own?
This is it. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, and I still worry about him falling down somewhere. And because of course his phone. So he's got a new phone now, but you'll see in a minute he loses everything. He's like, how does he end up losing everything? Anyway, we'll have a look at that. We haven't watched that video yet, so you wonder what I'm talking about. But
location or the last phone ping signal, guys, you come down this path, okay, but then you need to come off the path. So I'm going to show you. We're actually going to go the route where Jay's last phone was. So you come off the path, come down through here. Now you can see people have been here. Obviously there'll be search teams, but I've also done a similar thing. But this is going to be an excellent base. So I just want to show you guys, and then show you guys the area after Jay's last phone signal. So come through all this. This is really easy to get through, guys. It may look pretty dodgy. This sort of terrain's super easy. It's just bush.
Yeah, but you feel like you want to look in all those bushes, don't you? You know, it's like, I presume they've all, I suppose the dogs have looked in there.
You can step through it. But this, just over here, guys, just over here is where Jay's phone last pinged. Now, this is so exact. Like, this is an exact spot. I really do believe in what 3 words out. So this is the spot, guys. Now you can see it starts getting a little bit more treacherous. A little bit more. Again, it's a lot of bush, not too many cacti. Cacti are more far on the back of this mountain. Now, hopefully showing you this area, guys, and where Jay's last phone signal was. Maybe that can show you now why I've been searching so much on the other side, all along here, all the way.
Yeah, to me that looks like if Jay went down, Jay would just think, head for the sea, head for the sea. Don't forget, it wasn't 100% compass mentis. He'd been at a festival for 3 days. But you could imagine it'd be just like, head for the sea, head for the sea. And he'd try and go straight there. And it looks like you can from there, but obviously you can't.
Way down, crazy stuff going on behind here, completely different environment. You do not go past this mountain with at least 4 liters of water, and I'll show you guys at some point if you haven't seen it already, but it's crazy over there. It's insane. And also why I've been up here. So yeah, there's also a little building down here, a few little buildings, which everybody seems to be so fixated on as well. Of course, Jake could have been heading down this way. I believe he was heading down.
Yeah, I do agree with him there, because when you looked at where he was pointing, if you were a young lad like you just look, and it looks like you could do it, you know, not to me, I know I couldn't do it, but if I was young, I would look at that and think, oh yeah, just go straight down there. I think that's the way he's gone. I agree with him there completely. So maybe that's the track he needs to take and look, you know, down all the fissures.
Yeah, last FaceTimes as well with various people shows him sliding down. Yeah, he may have tried to return to the road, but the road is like all the way up here, guys. So I'm going to work my way down, and that's what I'm going to.
See, the thing is, Jay, at the time that although he said he felt he was lost and he didn't have a clue where he was, it was daytime, wasn't it? It was literally morning time, so he had a long time before it went dark. You know, if that was 8ish in the morning, again, that seems to be different, whoever's talking exactly what time he spoke to Lucy. But so it doesn't go dark till 10 o'clock at night, so he had all day of daylight to find his way back onto the road or whatever. You know, so did he fall down? Did he not see, you know, there's all those dips and what have you? Did he just fall down one of those dips? That's what I'm thinking now.
I'm going to focus on right now, just covering some of this area, and also bits around the path. So yeah, just a quick update of the actual last location, guys. It wasn't on a path, it was literally here in this bush right here. All right, just so people know, big love to everyone. I'll keep you updated as I go along.
Yeah, you can see that, looks to me anyway. You could imagine that.
To everyone, I'll keep you updated as I go.
Yeah, he could just think, oh, I'm just going to go down there. And then he's gone. I think he's gone down somewhere. This is what worries me about Paul. Is he going to go down like a fissure or a ravine or whatever? He shouldn't be out there on his own. I'm sorry, I really don't think he should be. Right, let's watch the next one.
Personally going to be searching the area that I'm going to be searching over the next few days, and I can only show you as far as the camera goes, guys. Let me spin it around because it's huge. I also want you to remember that all these bushes around here, they're not too bad. There are areas of space where you can see all the grass. However, down here, and especially past this rock, it is extremely dense. So I just want to focus on all this area down here, all up here as well, guys. And then again, start making my way across. Really, I need to be checking this area because potentially Jay came down here, trying to head down here. Maybe he could see the sea. He's definitely come towards this path, guys. 100%. There's no question about that. I'm certain of it. And he's probably got down here. In my head, this is a possible scenario. I'm going through so many that are logical, guys. So one that stands out the most for me is Jay's come down here. He's reached the end of the path. He's cut across some undergrowth at the top there, and he's tried to head down towards the beach.
Yeah, I agree with him there. You could see that you would think, oh, I've just got to go down here and down there. I'm on the beach. He's thinking he's doing a shortcut, maybe.
Beach. Now, I reckon when he's come to this point, he's actually seen what the area is like and realised, oh crap, that's not a good idea at all. You guys have seen some of the videos which I posted, more on the other ravine, guys, going down. There's many of these parts to this whole area. You've got to remember it's one big, huge national park, and this is just one.
It's quite poignant to think that he literally might be just there somewhere. You know, not far from where he's actually doing this video. He could be right near where Jay's, unfortunately, Jay's body is. Just how do you find, you know, how do you cover all that ground and check everything, every place where Jay may have either fallen or maybe laid down to go to sleep, or, you know, whatever happened to him, if he is there? How it's so poignant to think they could literally be right near him.
Section, but this is the section I'm concentrating on. So I reckon Jay potentially, as a one scenario, has got up here thinking, oh, there's no way I can get down there, or it's super treacherous, super dodgy, and then perhaps try to make his way back up this side. Hence why I was walking along the ridge as well. So yeah, there's all sorts of different areas in this place. This area on this side is so dense. It's so dense, guys. You've got to remember, I am going to do my best out here. I really am. But this is one section. There's so many more sections. This is just a section which makes the most sense to me in my head. That's where the last flame ping was. We know that Jay has had FaceTimes with various people, sliding down, you know, slippery places. There's a few screes around here, and it's like on the other side. So just so you guys have an idea, remember the whole area times this area by 10, guys. Not only have I been searching here in this national park, I've also been more into the various towns. There's a town that's a few hours away. When I first came over, I went to a completely different area. I've been in several, guys, but this for me right now is the main focus. So let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. Let's find Jay. Big love.
Yeah, hope you do. I hope he does. I think he needs a team. Okay, let's have a look.
Interesting has just happened. So I was walking along the road and a car pulled up beside
Who's been stopped by the police now?
me, and a woman and a man got out of the car, and I was thinking, what's going on here? They weren't dressed in uniform, but they were very, very official, and they came out very, very polite, and they were like, are you the man of TikTok? And they pulled up some videos, and they were like, is this you? And I was like, yeah. And they basically identified themselves as police. Now, very nice police, I will say as well. Very, very kind people, very, very polite, very, very communicative, and chatty guys. So yeah, it was really, really nice. They basically told me what areas they think they're in. What areas they think Jay may be in. And they also said they're like a special investigative team. So they're studying the landscape and a few other bits. And they gave me their direct WhatsApp as well. So I can.
Oh, that's good. So he seems to be building a better relationship with the police now. The thing is, it's all about the relationship that it builds with the police, because they could be from the mountain police, or they could be from the Policia Nacional. They're like the FBI type. You know, you just don't know without him, you know, knowing that, to see what police they were. But it's good that he's building relationships with the police. That's what he needs to do.
Get in contact with them if I find anything, and if they have any more information, then they can get in contact with me. So that was really, really nice, really positive experience with the police out here.
Good.
So yeah, absolutely fantastic. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm literally going to head back and go get some lunch. I almost just got hit by a car. But yeah, I'm going to go back, get some lunch.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? If he gets run over by a car while he's making a TikTok video, didn't he?
And then head back up here. I've lost my phone.
Yeah. So here's the man who's searching for Jay. He's lost his phone. He's lost his phone now. Not his new phone that he's just bought, but his old phone that had all his stuff on it. And later on, he loses the keys to his apartment as well. So this is what I was getting a bit giddy at earlier. I was getting this sort of black sense of humour coming over me, dark sense of humour, like, you know, this is the search party and he's lost his phone and his keys. And he's the guy who's searching.
I've lost my sunglasses. I don't know what else I've lost.
And his sunglasses as well. So, yeah, he's like, did you find Jay? Did you find Jay? No, but I lost my sunglasses, my keys and my phone. It's just, you couldn't make it up, could you?
I really hope I haven't lost the keys to the blooming property. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check. But yeah, anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in a bit.
Now, I'm not sure how he lost all those things. No idea. So he's lost his phone, his sunglasses, and his keys to his apartment. This is the search guy. You've got to see the funny side of that. I'm sure even he's got to see the funny side of that. Oh, where's the sound?
So far down there, I have broke one pair of sunglasses. No idea how. I've also lost my old iPhone, guys. Now, yes, I've got the new phone, but all my stuff was on there, like everything. So, and it wasn't backed up. So somewhere down there's my iPhone, but it is what it is. It's one of those days. So yeah, gonna get some food. Probably come back down to this area and keep searching over there. But exhausted, very, very hot as well.
It's his old phone that he's lost. He had to buy a new phone because his old phone wasn't charging up properly. So this is his new phone that he's videoing on, but he's lost his old phone that had all the info, all his info on or whatever. Good job he'd loaded it up to TikTok, or he probably would have lost all his videos. And he's saying he's broke his sunglasses now. Before he said he lost them. And he lost the keys to his apartment. How? How has he lost all that? Do you think he's fallen over or something? I mean, that's the serious question. How do you lose all those things?
Oh, very sweaty. I probably stink. They'll probably tell me to sit outside of restaurants at this rate, guys. But there's a place, if I get there in time, where they'll do me a burger. I think it's like a chicken burger. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for now. But big love, everyone. Absolute champions. And if anybody finds an iPhone and they're searching down here, it's probably mine.
You couldn't make it up, could you? If anyone finds an iPhone, everyone's looking for Jay. We're looking for Jay Slater and his phone. It would be great to find his phone, wouldn't it? But no, if you find an iPhone down here, it's probably his. So the search guy is asking for people. If they find something, it might be his. Oh my God, you couldn't make it up. You just couldn't make it up. But I think what some of you are saying there in the chat is true. He's probably getting disorientated and hot, and he's on his own, and it's dangerous what he's doing. I'm sorry, it is. Even, just in that heat, because he said it's 2:00, it would have been boiling. But just if you find an iPhone, it's probably mine. Well, it could be Jay's. Remember Jay? Sorry, that's just my black sense of humour. Sorry. Oh no.
Tie over here.
He's been hit by a cacti now. I'm not really sure how he got hit by it, because cactus, they don't move. What it means is he's walked into it. I do think maybe he is disorientated or something, because it's not exactly a tiny cactus either, is it? You would see it. You wouldn't bump into it. Or maybe the sun was in his eyes, because he's broke his sunglasses, remember? So, maybe the sun was in his eye. But he says he was hit by a cactus, attacked by a cactus. But of course, cactus are inanimate objects. So he must have walked into it. He needs to really seriously think about getting people going out with him, not on his own.
Hey guys, he's got me good. I am literally covered in spikes. I don't even know how many are in my arm.
That looks really, really nasty. Nasty, doesn't it? All those pricks. He didn't call them pricks this time. He was calling them pricks before. He's calling them spikes now.
Single one of them is actually in my arm right now. So what I'm trying to do is get away from the cacti, get to a flatter surface like here, and I'm just going to try pick all of these out. But this is horrendous, guys. This is so bad. Every single one of them is in my arm right now.
Do you think he does that? Do you think he did that on purpose so that he could show it on the camera? I don't know, but I just don't know how a cactus attacks you, because especially a great big massive one, cactuses just don't move. So he's either walked into it because the sun's in his eyes, or maybe stumbled into it or whatever. But this just goes to show this man, honestly, Paul, please, you shouldn't be doing this on your own. It's really worrying me. Honestly, sometimes I literally do worry about him. He's about the same age as my son, and he's out there on his own doing all that.
Every single one. Every single one. So I'm just going to pull them out, and then later when I get to the top of here, however long that takes, I need to try get close to that top rock, and then I'll be able to find a path, and then I'll be able to take my top off and actually worry about it properly, guys. But one of the things about being out here is the cacti and aloe vera. I've already been stabbed several times by the aloe vera, and I have to get these pricks out quite quickly, otherwise my whole arm will become really, really inflamed and really, really dotty, and yeah, not great. Cacti pricks, guys. Not ideal, not ideal. So much love. So your boy's just been hit by this cacti over here, guys. He's got me good. I am literally covered in spikes. I don't even know how many are in my arm.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That cactus, my God, killer cactus. Yeah, maybe it's a triffid, Charlie. It's the killer cactus. Right, let's
earlier on. However, I'm starting to become more fixated with this side of... Come on to these like terraces almost, guys. And I've just been having a good search around here. I've done a lot more on the other side earlier on. However, I'm starting to become more fixated with this side of the mountain, because what makes me wonder is Jay's last phone signal ping was up here, guys. He could have possibly followed the path down, worked his way to the path. Then it comes to like a car park thing. It comes to like a dead end. It's not even a car park. It's just like a tiny bit of dust. And then potentially he could have got up there, made his way down to the beach. The beach is down here. And the reason why I think he went to the beach, guys, is because if you look at the areas where Jay was staying last, and a lot of Tenerife, the beach areas are like the most built up. It's where all the taxis are. It's where the restaurants are. Like everything you need is by the beach, just not in this location. This is very different to the rest of Tenerife. Guys, this is like rural Tenerife. This is like the middle of nowhere Tenerife. And very beautiful place, but as we all know, complete isolation out here. So yeah, so anyway, possibly he tried to go down to the beach and thought, oh crap, I can't go down there. Or he saw how bad it was and then possibly tried to come up here. So I'm thinking he's possibly could be over here, guys, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but right now, that seems like a pretty good bet. So I'm just going to refuel, get a few more supplies, and we're going to start looking at this area a bit, guys. There's loads and loads of terraces, loads and loads, and you think it's easy to get up, but it's not. It's really not. And the walls are really dodgy as well. As you can see, they just crumble. So dry, everything's so dry around here, guys. But yeah, anyway, just a quick update again. So much love to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I do think he the videos he's sending back, they are interesting to see. Right, guys. So this is where he's talking again about
broken sunglasses. I've also actually lost the keys to this place. I've lost the keys to Blimmin' Pedro. Now, Pedro has basically just said, don't worry about it. He is so kind. I've literally said, I'll go get some more keys made up for you and stuff. And he said, don't worry about it. And he's moved me into a different room, which is really, really nice. It's absolutely stunning. But yeah, absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Now, I have been worrying so much because I thought I could only stay for another 2 weeks here. However, Pedro is going...
He doesn't even stand still. He's not... Why is he walking around? Stand still for a minute. It makes you go dizzy, doesn't he? Because he just cannot stand still. He's not even hiking now or searching, and he's just walking around in circles. maybe has got a little bit of ADHD. Somebody mentioned that.
On holiday, but he has said that his friend is going to be staying, and I can stay in this new place. It's like another little housey bit down the side here. He said I can stay for as long as I want, which means I can definitely commit to at least another 4 weeks in this place, 100% in this place, which just takes my mind off things. So I'm going to sort it out a bit more tomorrow. I've got so much to sort out. The fact that I've lost my other phone today has made so many issues. All my stuff is on there, everything. Nothing is fully backed up, or nothing was even transferred to this phone yet. I'm
just wondering how he's lost his phone. You know, has it fallen out of his pocket or fell out of his bag? How do you lose your phone and your keys? I can see you can lose one thing, maybe, I don't know, but just seems, you know, to lose your phone and your keys and break your sunglasses all in one day is, bless him. I mean, he really does need looking after. Good God, you need a team to go out with. He's worrying me because you know, it's great what he's doing, and you know, but he's just worrying me. I'm just worried something's going to happen to him.
started doing it, guys. So yeah, stressful day. I've got loads to do here, so I guess I'll be heading back out on the search tomorrow. It's almost about 4:30 anyway, so time is ticking.
See, he's searched. So what Spanish people would do is they would go out in the morning, and then by 1 o'clock at the latest, possibly 2 at a push, they would be back in the house to have lunch. That's the hottest time of the day. He's been out through all that, the hottest part of the day. I you know, I am worried about him. I mean that sincerely. You know, all that sun. Where's his hat gone as well? You know, he should be keeping out the sun in the hottest time of the day.
Ticking. But yeah, just a quick update. I'll catch you guys soon. So guys, today has been stressful. Not only have I lost my phone, broken sunglasses, I've also actually lost the keys to this place. I've lost the key.
Not even funny. I know it's not funny, but it's just when the search guy loses everything. Now, I haven't seen this one, so this will be interesting.
Because it's the closest place for me to get a SIM card, and it's really, really good to see this. It's really good to see that there's posters up all about Jay. Now, this is the first post.
Yeah, some people were saying all over Facebook, oh, there's no Spanish posters. No, the Spanish, it's gone to the Department of Missing Persons, and a poster's been released. It'll be on ATMs. It's all over the place. Of course, they've been. I don't know where the people get their information from.
Poster I've actually seen up. However, the girls who I were with when we were exploring some towns outside of this area, when I first came over, those girls, the day after we were searching, they went out and put loads of posters up. So that's really, really good. And it's literally just in a petrol station as well, guys. So see how many of these we can spot. What I should really do is try get some printed. And then when I'm out and about in places like this, which is really rare to be fair, this is like the second time I've actually left Masquerade. And after all of that, guys, they don't even do SIM cards.
Sorry. So after all of that, they don't even do SIM cards. Oh, God. You know, it would be a good idea for him to get some posters put up. When I went to Madrid about the Anna Knežević case, I had some posters made up. And I left them in restaurants, and people that I got talking to, left them on the table where we went to have a coffee, things like that. I mean, you never know if somebody might see it. I mean, Madrid's a big place, you know, and there were some people that we spoke to. The people in the area right around about where Anna had gone missing knew about it, but just up the road, they didn't know about it, you know, and so I think you know, we always assume that people will know or have seen these posters or whatever, but not necessarily. But also, I think a good idea would be if he did manage to get some posters up, even to stick them around that on the rocks and things, because there'll be people there now on holiday from other places who won't know about Jay Slater going missing, because, you know, the tourists change over all the time, don't they? There'll be people going home and new people coming. So to put the posters anywhere that he can, you know, around the actual park, just to let people know that you know, to look out maybe for something unusual like clothing or whatever, because, you know, I don't mean to be horrible, but after all this time, there's not, you know, there won't be much left of Jay. I've just got to be honest. But there'll be his clothes and his bag and his phone. So it might be a good idea to put them there. But anyway, let's see what he's got to say now. So he couldn't get a SIM card.
Nowhere around here does SIM cards. I've been into about 5 different shops and they've all said to go there and they don't have it. So what I'm going to have to do now is get a bus or a taxi into Los Cristianos and try find one there. This is going to be a long night and I reckon it's going to be taxis, guys. The buses shut off quite early in these sorts of areas. So yeah, it's going to be an absolute madness. So guys, I've just come into a petrol station because it's the closest place for me to get a SIM card, and it's really, really good to see this. It's really good to see that there's posters up all about Jay. Now this is the first poster I've actually seen up. However, the girls who I were with when we were exploring some towns outside of this area, when I first came over, those girls, the day after we were searching, they went out and put loads of posters up. So that's really, really good. And it's literally just in a petrol station as well, guys. So see how many of these we can spot. What I should really do is try get some printed, and then when I'm out and about in places like this, which is really rare to be fair, this is like the second time I've actually left Masquerade. And after all of that, guys, they don't even do SIM cards. Nowhere around here does SIM cards. I've been into about 5 different shops and they've all said to go there and they don't have it. So what I'm going to have to do now is get a bus or a taxi into Los Cristianos and try find one there. This is going to be a long night and I reckon it's going to be taxis, guys. The buses shut off quite early in these sorts of areas. So yeah, it's going to be an absolute madness.
So there you go. That's I think all he's put on for today, as far as I can see. Yep. So well done, Paul. You know, maybe it'd be better off staying in Los Cristianos and traveling up to the mountain every day. Maybe that would be better. I don't know, because you know, Los Cristianos, that's where you can get anything. You know, that'll be. It's a holiday area, isn't it? So that's the hub place, isn't it? Los Cristianos. And then the rest of it is just so rural and that. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is, let's see if I can find it easily. Let's see. I wanted to look at the, I think, yeah, no. So this is the other TikToker.
Is another bus stop. So had Jay walked in this direction, I drove 10 minutes in the other direction to where his phone pinned last. You'll see that in the other videos. But here's another bus stop here, right in the corner. Now, had he have come down here, the white building in front, I beg your pardon, the bus stop's actually on the next corner. That was a little Mirador lookout. And there's a walkway all the way down, so he wouldn't have had to go off-road. There's a walkway to the next village, or to Masquerade itself. Here on the corner is another bus stop where he could have got picked up.
So this is another TikToker, called Christopher. What was it? Christopher Tenerife. So I thought this was quite an interesting. Let me go back to the beginning because I didn't commentate on it. quite an interesting video of the road. I feel I've never been to this place. I feel like I know it like the back of my hand. I've seen that many videos on it.
So we're in Masca. Just round this bend is where the Airbnb is, where Jay stayed that night. There's roadworks going on at the moment here, but so there's the bar right next to the Airbnb. The Airbnb is the white building, small white building next door. There's the bus stop right outside. And just down the road here is another bus stop. So had Jay walked in this direction, I drove 10 minutes in the other direction to where his phone pinned last. You'll see that in the other videos. But here's another bus stop here, right on the corner. Now, had he have come down here, the white building in front, I beg your pardon, the bus stop's actually on the next corner. That was a little mirror door lookout. And there's a walkway all the way down, so he wouldn't have had to go off-road. There's a walkway to the next village, or to Masca itself. Here on the corner's another bus stop where he could have got picked up.
But you know, it's not a desolate place, and even at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's not, because there's a lot of hikers. His mum said that, didn't she, Debbie? You know, the hikers go out early in the morning, so there were cars. I've watched some of the webcams, the live webcams, and there are cars even early in the morning. You know, it's not a deserted place. I mean, it is and it isn't. Do you know what I mean? It's like there'll be people walking, people driving past. So it's strange that nobody saw him. Well, that lady saw him, didn't she? But
so there's the Airbnb over there. Had he have walked just a short distance here, 2 minutes in a car, probably a 10-minute walk. There's a bar. And it's a popular touristic stop.
I don't think the bar opens till 10, though. I think that I'm sure I read somewhere that the bar doesn't open till 10. But I don't know that for certain.
He could have got a drink. He could have sat here and waited for the next bus. There's the sign there. He could have used someone's phone. He could have sent his location for here. He could have rang a taxi, given the address, and got picked up from here. Look how many people are here. There's the bar. It's absolute lunacy for him to have gone the other way. So he could have come here easily, not got lost, got a drink, charged his phone, rang his friends, rang a taxi. Yeah,
I don't think that bar was open until 10 that morning, but I don't know what time this is that this guy is here, but I'm sure the bar didn't open till 10.
And potentially been back in Los Cristianos within an hour. But instead, he decided to walk the wrong way from the direction that the woman at the Airbnb told him to go, up into the National Park of Tenno. It's mind-boggling. So we're in.
Yep, it certainly is mind-boggling. So that is Christopher. So another interesting video. Thank you to these people that are sending us videos, giving us an idea of what's going on. You know, it's all useful, isn't it? But, you know, the thing is, though, we'll never know maybe what was going through Jay's head because, you know, he was a 19-year-old lad who'd been raving for 3 days. So he probably wasn't thinking dead logically, but I don't know. Right, where are we now? So I'm going to put some of these windows down. We've seen Paul's videos. So, you know, I'm very grateful to all these, to Christopher and to Paul for the videos that they've made, because they've gone out there, you know, they're making an effort to solve the mystery, whatever we sort of don't think about everything that they do. They are going out, they are out there and sending us some very, some videos that are very interesting to watch. Now, so the Sun is reporting, you know, going back to the reality. The Sun newspaper on Twitter, let's see what they were saying. So they're saying that Jay's family were meeting the police today to demand answers over the mystery case. Well, I'll tell you what, if they've gone there demanding answers, that won't go down well. If they've gone there to talk to them normally, then they probably will get better answers. So this is Jay's mum and dad. Let's have a look.
The Sun understands the family of Jay Slater will today meet with Spanish police here in Playa de las Americas in Tenerife. Jay's parents, Warren and Debbie, were left devastated after the police search for Jay was abruptly halted on Sunday with...
I mean, they must be pretty devastated. I just wish I was nearer, honestly, because if I was there instead, I would be there at this Guardia Civil trying to get, you know, talk to them or get some answers, but not answers, because I know they won't give answers, but I'm sure they could improve their relationship with the Guardia Civil by having somebody there who could interpret properly for them.
Still no trace of the team. And the couple will now have sit-down talks with senior detectives to demand answers over the investigation.
Sit down with senior detectives and demand answers. Well, you know what do they? Who do you think that I'm not talking about Jay's family, I'm talking about this idiot, the reporter. What does he think that anyone's going to demand of the Guardia Civil? Please. They're just going to talk. They're normal people that you can talk to. They're not, anyway.
They'll want to know what are the next steps in trying to find Jay. The family has said they haven't given up hope and won't leave this holiday island until they find their son. The search will go on with a handful of volunteers up in the mountains of Masca. On Sunday morning, the civil guard in Tenerife called off the search very abruptly, but have said they will investigate any tip-offs or sightings. The decision by the police came as a devastating blow to those close to Jay. The Sun understands the family of Jay Slater will today...
That's not Jay's mum, is it? I don't think, is it? Is that Jay's mum? That's his dad, but they were saying it was his mum, but I don't know that it is.
They meet with Spanish police here in Playa de las Americas in Tenerife. Jay's parents, Warren and Debbie, were left devastated after the police search for Jay was abruptly halted on Sunday with still no trace of the team. And the couple will now have sit-down talks with senior detectives to demand answers over the investigation. They'll want to know what are the next steps in trying to find Jay. The family has said they haven't given up hope and won't leave this holiday island until they find their son. The search will go on with a handful of volunteers up in the mountains, still searching near the village of Masca. On Sunday morning, the civil guard in Tenerife called off the search very abruptly, but have said they will investigate any tip-offs or sightings. The decision by the police came as a devastating blow to those close to Jay. The Sun understands the...
Okay, so there you go. That's what the Sun's got to say about it. Let me just put that window down. If I put the windows down after I've shown them, then I won't end up just showing the same thing over and over again. Hang on. Yeah, now I just wanted to show you quickly this. Oh no, it's just a Spanish newspaper, and they're just saying that, you know, the serious accusation of a British mountaineer. I don't think it'd probably go down that well, that his accusations about the police being rubbish. But of course, he seems to have changed his mind now, Paul. He was talking very highly of that other policeman then. But in this Lectores newspaper, we've got La grave accusación de un escalador británico. So the serious accusation of a British mountaineer on the operatives of the search for Jay Slater. Paul Arnott, who has joined in a voluntary way to the search, has broken his silence over the work that the Guardia Civil has done. You know, it's just not a good idea. It's not a good look either. Look, they've got a picture of him there climbing a mountain. And they're just really moaning in this. They're talking about what had happened to Jay, that the search has been ended, and then saying about Paul coming out and the new complaint of a British volunteer on the island. This is the only complaint over the search for the young person. Paul Arnott, an experimental British climber and TikToker of 29 years old, has become is voluntary part of the search, and he has denounced publicly the work of the organisations, as he's told the Manchester Evening News apparently, but he's told everyone, hasn't he? Paul has signalled that it was just a public relations trick. The climber has explained in his latest TikTok video that the police began too late to work, or quite late, one day before they stopped the official search. And when they did it, there were only 4 or 5 camionetas, are like vans, stationed doing the work of the search. The rest of the patrol just blocking the roads, assuring that just making sure that the news reporters can't get too far in there. He explained in one of his videos of TikTok. And he said he's broken his silence after a few days on the island. Yes, there are people everywhere. I tell it as it is. They all just stay in their cars. Everything is talk. I'm publicising it now, he says. So basically, they're not very happy with what he said. He shouldn't have said that because, he just shouldn't have said it. But anyway, he said it now, but he seems to have a better relationship now with the police, which is good. Okay, I feel like, gosh, there's always just too much to tell you, if you like. It's so much to tell you, but we're not, the main thing that we want to know is what's happened to Jay, and of course that's not, we don't know. We don't know. So I'm just trying to think what to show you, because I wanted to get on to the other missing people in Tenerife before I finish. And my voice, I can feel my voice is just collapsing as I speak. So I think I've got 2 more things to read to you that are important. So first of all, this was an article on Surge Radio, which I hadn't heard of before, but I thought it was interesting, about the family meeting with the Spanish police after the search for the missing teenager was called off. And that, of course, is Jay's brother, his dad, Warren. So missing Jay Slater's family are to meet with Spanish police today after officers called off the search. The family has vowed to continue the search themselves after being left disappointed by a call for volunteers, etc. So this is Debbie. That other picture was not Debbie, I don't think. And Warren, I don't think they're together anymore, are they? So that might have been Warren's New partner, I don't know. So this is when they were up on the mountain. So Zach's 24, but he hasn't, you know, I don't know if he's out searching, but, you know, they've got no experience searching. I don't think you could go out on that terrain unless you had experience. God, my voice. Right, I'm going to have to come off that and go on. I want to tell you about these other missing people in Tenerife before I finish, and I can feel that. I feel like my voice is just going to give out on me. So, other young men who've gone to Tenerife and disappeared. So they've spotlighted. Now, I looked at this case of Rick Dakota. I have looked at that. And then we've got Billy Bennett, Peter Wilson, and Kevin Ainley. So let's have a look at these other cases. So Billy Bennett, bless him. Billy Bennett's friend bailed on the trip last minute before joining him in Tenerife at a later date. And he was only 18. He's from Holborn in London. He was 18 when he disappeared on December the 1st, 1985. He was known to frequent the Las Americas Resort and the Sgt. Pepper's nightclub, and he was described as looking worse for wear when a friend flew out to join him. He'd lost his money, he had nowhere to stay, and then he vanished, and his location remains unknown. So his family have never got answers. That, you know, unfortunately, they're unlikely to get them now. Ricky Dakota, I did do a video. I did highlight him. So that less than 2 years later, in October 1987, he called his family. This Sgt. Pepper's keeps coming up, doesn't it? He called his family for the last time, and his passport and bag were handed to police soon after he was declared missing. And despite searches, appeals and claimed sightings in both Tenerife and London, Ricky has never been found. His best friend claimed he was murdered after a botched plan to rob a local drugs baron on the island, where Ricky had been since that March. And it was suspected he may have been one of 5 bodies police found, but DNA testing with his family samples proved inconclusive. I didn't know about this one. Kevin Ainley. Kevin Ainley's sister Gemma said, we've been put through 12 years of hell. Another lad from Lancashire disappeared in June during the Euros 20 years ago. And he was seen walking, he was 24, was last seen walking towards Playa de las Americas Sportsman Bar, where he worked as a promoter in June 2004. The next day, he didn't show up for work. His passport and his belongings were still in his apartment, but he was never found, even with the help of Lancashire police officers who travelled there. So Lancashire police officers didn't manage to find him either. In 2016, his sister Gemma Brooks said, it's no exaggeration to say we have been put through 12 years of hell. Somebody must know something. Just awful to have your family member disappear and never find them. Awful. Now, this is very strange as well. Peter Wilson. The disappearance of Peter Wilson bears striking similarities with that of Jay Slater. It took 2 years to find his body. Bless the family. 2 years. He fell down a steep drop beside a shopping mall in Playa de las Americas in March 2019. Took 2 years to find his body. So he was perhaps drunk and he just fell down somewhere. The dad of 2, bless, from Dublin Island had last been seen near where a taxi dropped him off at the resort, with his belongings still in his hotel room, and no further sightings. It was feared he'd fallen victim to kidnap or murder, much like the conspiracy theories around Jay Slater suggest. A Facebook group launched by his family, who frequently visited the island, led to no clues. But eventually, though, his body was found. And Jackie Wilson, his mother, told the Irish Sunday Mirror he obviously got disorientated and lost his way. Now, this Ben Garland, I did talk about him on one of the other videos that I've done about Jay. And he went missing in Ibiza. And they think he was washed away by the sea because he went off on his motorbike to look at the waves. And his jacket was found in the water 3 days later. And the police found 20 bodies while they were looking for him. 20 other bodies in Ibiza, in the sea, but not Ben. How awful. Ryan Cooney. Now, Ryan Cooney is a positive story because he was found safe. He disappeared in Tenerife, but he only went missing for a couple of days. That's the only thing I would say. He wasn't missing for 2 weeks. He went missing for a couple of days, but he vanished after he was allegedly attacked and robbed of his phone and money while on holiday in Tenerife, but he was found. So that's one positive out of all those others. So it just goes back to, what I've been saying right from the beginning. When you go on holiday, don't keep your sensible head with you as well as your holiday head. I know people go out, and some of those men that went missing, they weren't, that one that was found 2 years later, he was 32. He wasn't like a teenager. But people go out, they get drunk, they do things, silly things. I don't know. People think nothing can happen to them when they're on holiday. So all I would say, this is what I've been saying from the start, keep yourself safe and secure, but also don't go out in the sun when it's really hot. This is what's worrying me about Paul Arnott. He's going out there searching on that mountain at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He shouldn't be doing that. Don't forget, he's been there for quite a long time now doing that. So he'll be getting tired and disorientated. And maybe that's why he's lost his keys and his phone and broken his sunglasses. Oh, you just, I don't know. You do have to look after yourself wherever you are. And just because you're on holiday doesn't mean to say that nothing can happen to you, because things do happen to people on holiday. Okay, I'm going to go now because my voice is just croaking. Now, as I say, unless there's any big developments, I'm not going to, I'm never going to report on any of the conspiracy theories and things, because, if anything official comes out or anything's found, but I don't want to be talking about, CCTV that's probably not, that may have been doctored, and, anything that we don't know for certain. I don't want to talk about that. So I also want to go back to talking to some of the cases that I have been looking at as well. So I'm not saying I'm never going to do another video about Jay. Of course I am. And, I hope to God that something's found by somebody. Maybe they should use the GoFundMe to put together a search team. They wouldn't need a big search team. They just need, experienced people in that terrain. I just don't know where they'd find them personally. Because they've got the language barrier, they have to be Spanish people. I think people from Tenerife, people who are familiar with that terrain, but how are they going to communicate with them? Anyway, Okay, so now today is Monday, so tomorrow is Members Live. Looking forward to that. The Carry On Chatting Members Live. I will be back tomorrow in the day sometime with a video, but we'll see what develops. Of course, we've got the election, the UK election this week as well. So on Thursday night, I will be on live when all the results start coming in. I will be on live. I cannot wait for the UK election. I'm really looking forward to it. Creep. So yeah, but tomorrow I'll be back tomorrow, and you know, I just hope somebody finds something out about Jay, you know, just for his family's sake. Let me just put this banner on. Actually, I've got a little banner somewhere. Yeah, prayers for Jay. We'll say prayers for Jay. Thank you so much all for watching. Please don't forget to like on your way out. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. It's free and it really helps out my channel. And thanks to all my regular chatters and especially my members, of course, and anyone who's contributed to my channel in any way. Thank you so much. Remember to live and love wisely, carefully. And until I see you again, may your God, of course, always go with you. And take care. Bye.